11th birthday, mom gifted me my email ID. And she said, happy birthday, here's your email ID. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, thank you. This is the best present ever. I was emailing the whole family. And then on my 13th birthday, she said, happy birthday, here's your Facebook account. What the hell?
Hey, where are you looking? Can you guess what's cooking? I'm a booking you up. For a sneak, for a peek, baby, every week you're gonna scream, scream, scream.
What the hell, Navya? अरे entrepreneur ये है Navya. करे बात खुल के ये है Navya. With a mom, with a nanny comes Navya.
Sue Atkins once said, there's nothing called a perfect parent, so just be a real one. And honestly, guys, these lines really resonate with me because it reminds me of how mom and Nani have raised me. And yes, practically both of them have raised me. Hi everyone, I'm Navya Naveli Nanda and this is What the Hell Navya, empowered by Bumble. So today I'm going to be talking to mom and Nani about Desi parenting. Now, I don't know what that means because I'm not a parent, but when it comes to my childhood, mom and Nani have created a really safe space for me to have some very real conversations. And I think that's exactly what I want today's episode to be about, real conversations. And I think I'm also excited because it's going to take us down memory lane. I want to learn more about mom's childhood and Nani's to see if mom was as good a liar as I am and if Nani was as naughty as I was as a kid. So I'm super excited to get talking to them about this. It's going to get very real. So let me get the coffee ready and we'll be right back after this break. Hello everyone. Other than the audio treats that my mom and Nani have been giving you, I have another treat for you. If you loved this episode, come over to the IVM store for some exclusive What the Hell Navya merch. We have limited edition t-shirts and hoodies for this episode. Get these and show off your love. So let's just start getting into the conversation then. Our core topic for today is Desi parents, slaps and kisses.
Why Desi?
Because we're Indian. So Desi parenting. And it's going to be about our childhood, about parenting styles that you both will obviously talk about because I'm not a parent. And we're going to start with, so what were you like as a child, Nani?
As a child
Not
or as a
you,
parent?
Nani. As a child. Were you a naughty kid? Were
No,
you
I was not
She was
naughty.
very headstrong.
obedient? Or were
Very, very
you-
headstrong.
Well, I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, she was very headstrong. I know because my nanny has told me.
So you
very, very
didn't
stubborn.
listen to
If
Didu?
you ask my mother and my sisters, they will tell you everything that's not good about me. But my father is not alive, so if he was alive, he would only say good things about me.
So you were a headstrong child.
I was a strong child.
Headstrong. She told me. Fussy, particular, very...
But headstrong in what way? You didn't listen to her or you just had your own opinion and you wanted to do
No,
what
she
you wanted?
listened, but she had very strong, like, especially about food and
Food?
things like this. One of my masis told me that she was head girl, right, Mama?
Nani was head girl.
Yeah, she was head girl in her convent school in Bhopal. And then even after she left, if they wanted to frighten any of the students, they would say that we'll call Jaya.
Why were they scared of you?
We'll tell Jaya about
I
you.
was a
and then
very
the-
strict head
She was
girl.
very strict.
So they were scared of you.
Yeah, I used to punish them.
Quaking
How?
in their boots.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you were the most...
I haven't changed, Navya.
No, I know that.
So
but
that's it.
so
What you see me today, I
how
was...
you was a kid.
Yeah.
Well, how was mom as a child? Excited for this one.
She was very stubborn,
Oh.
but very shy.
She's still the same.
No, I'm not
She's
shy.
not as shy as she was,
I was
but
painfully shy. As in,
you were not social or...
not at
So
all.
what did you do?
Always, everywhere we went, holding my...
I was always hiding behind my mother and I was reading or I was dreaming and looking out the window. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, she was a dreamer.
I was,
She used to take my dupatta, put it on her head,
Mom.
stand near the window and speak to herself and sing.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Why?
You did
I
the
think
same thing,
I don't know
Navya.
that. I was a child.
You would
I
just
don't-
speak to yourself. I was just in my own world. I was very happy. I loved my childhood. It was the best.
What about me? How was I as a child?
You were fine. You were sweet.
What do you mean?
You are exactly the same.
No, I was.
No change.
I wasn't that.
You're a
as-
very big busybody.
Yes.
I'm
very
still-
big busybody.
I'm
Always
not a
wanted to
busybody
know.
now.
Busybody, messy, very big liar,
Well,
huge liar. And that was my biggest fight with you. And otherwise, you were fine. You never gave trouble for
I was very
anything.
Not
chatty.
at all.
And
wasn't
you used
I?
to throw a lot of tantrums.
Ooh,
About what?
Navya.
She would cry.
No,
Remember?
but not
Half
really.
an hour just crying
Yeah.
and they'll leave you alone. Then you'd
What
calm
would
down.
I
and
cry
come back.
about?
Anything. It could
Stupid.
be
I am ugly.
anything.
I'm so ugly.
Once
My
we went for
God.
some show.
That's
some
Simi
Simi's
Griva.
rendezvous. we
When
had
I
to
wanted
do.
to come and I was upset.
Yeah,
I
so then you
wasn't-
came in the car and I think you wanted to put lipstick.
No, she had put lipstick.
And
And I said, you can't wear lipstick. And I removed it. My
that's when you
God.
started saying, I'm so ugly. I'm so ugly."
We had to
Oh my
stop
God.
the car.
And this was Nana, Mamu, Nani,
Oh
you.
my god.
You always want to be center of attention.
Really?
Even now.
Yes.
I only remember
Posing.
that when I was young, I used to sit in Nana's office all day long and pretend like I was his secretary. And I used to write, I used to just scribble stuff on paper and give
Yeah.
it to him as though I was telling him about his
I
appointments.
still have those papers.
And that was like the highlight of my day. I would sit there for 8 hours
Yeah,
outside
but you were
his
very big.
office.
You wanted
making
to be,
hearts and flowers.
Yeah, I used to go
No,
in-
you wanted to be in the center of attention. If anyone ignored you for 1 minute, you would not have it.
Mom has also pulled these fast ones on me. I'd just like to share a story as well. On my 11th birthday, Mom gifted me my email ID. And she said, "Happy birthday, here's your email ID." And I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my God, thank you. This is the best present ever." I was emailing the whole family. And then on my 13th birthday, she said, "Happy birthday, here's your Facebook account." And then I had a Facebook account. So she has pulled
Navya,
the same
It was
thing.
one of your presents. You got something else.
No, the
also.
11th was just the
No,
email
it
ID.
was not.
I remember.
It was not.
And then the 14th birthday was your old iPhone, which you said, "Happy birthday, you can have a phone now." And it was your old iPhone.
Navya, you had a phone at 13 when you went to boarding school.
Yeah, but it was your old iPhone that I used.
So?
And then I remember I had this huge fight with Agastya because he got his phone before me. Like, he got it when he was 11 or 12 or something, and I threw a huge tantrum. I was not happy about it. But anyway, you both have pulled some very interesting parenting moves on your children.
All parents do it.
But what kind of a parent was Nani? Was she a strict parent?
Yes.
Was she a lenient parent?
She was strict
How strict?
and very, very big on manners and
Discipline.
discipline, cleanliness. Not that fussed about grades.
No, never.
But
Really?
yeah,
No.
but very particular about extracurriculars. I had to do Bharatnatyam and I had to do
You did
classical singing.
Bharatnatyam?
Yeah.
I can't imagine mom doing
Yeah.
Bharatnatyam.
And Hindi
Mamu learned
classical
tabla.
music.
Really? Why?
And I
And the
did not
sitar.
have a good voice.
Well, we know
And
that.
sitar.
I did sitar. Piano we had to do. She was very particular about these things. We had to do swimming. So things like that. And very free with her slaps. I got slapped a lot. A lot.
Abhishek
for
hardly
what?
got
What did you
slapped.
get slapped
Once the
for?
ruler also broke on me.
But what did you get
I don't know,
slapped
she used
for?
to beat me a lot. Huh?
But for what?
Because she was very annoying. She was so stubborn. She's really very annoying because, honestly, I realized that parents actually hit children when they're angry with themselves because they're incapable of handling a situation. So the only
they take their
reaction.
frustration
Yeah.
out.
And
Yeah,
well,
I think so. And always the first child gets really
Yeah,
thrashed.
tell me about
I, as a
it.
kid, got so badly thrashed.
So did I.
My sisters didn't. She got trashed. Abhishek didn't.
I
No,
got
maybe you should
thrashed
have.
as well.
giving
Yeah.
him 1-2 extra slaps. I'm telling
I
you.
got thrashed as well.
Abhishek, I used to hit this thing. Nana was very against
So
hitting
Nana
children.
never hit any
Never,
of
ever in my life has he ever,
hit you.
yeah, never. His maximum punishment was stand in the corner.
But you were also very free with your slaps.
Yeah,
with
but
me.
stand in the
The
corner.
apple doesn't fall too far.
Stand
Yeah.
in the corner was very, very, like it was the best thing for me.
Because
you're
you anyways
punished.
like being in the corner.
I liked it, and then I would just be talking, like thinking to myself and making up stories in my head. And before I knew it, that stand in the corner was over, and That was it.
But do you think it helped discipline us any better?
No, you're still junglies. I failed
What do
as
you
a parent.
mean?
Yeah, you don't listen.
What do
Still
you not
the
listen
same.
about?
You're very messy, Navya. I don't agree with the parenting style of the generation before me,
Which was what?
which was a
This?
very restrictive. I feel that my kids should definitely have their own mind. They should not be afraid to express it. I feel we need to bring up more confident and self-assured children. And I don't have this thing of not praising my kids to their face. That's something I just don't understand about the previous generation. They'll never say anything nice to you on your face. What's the point? Your kid needs to know. So many times I'll say, oh, Navya's did this so well, or Agastya's looking so good. And everyone says, no, you'll put nazar. But I don't care. I want to say that because I think that's what you need to hear. It gives you a lot of confidence. Then I also feel that, yes, there has to be structure for kids. I believe in like a strong foundation of education. But I don't think my kids need to be some Mensa candidates.
Which we are not.
They have to be able to understand. They have to have an open mind, grasp things. I don't want them to be judgmental. And I want them to be decent human beings. They can't be saints. I don't expect that. I expect them to live their childhood and their youth to their fullest. As in, I don't have issues with if they're out and if they're partying and all of these things. I don't have issues with having boyfriends and girlfriends and all of this. I don't think is a priority. I think it's a part of life and you need to let your children experience that. You know, in India, I feel a lot of parents tell their children where they should work, who they should marry, what they should do. I don't want to say that. I have opinions on, you know, the people they date and everything. It's not like I don't, but I don't expect them to not be dating those people because I may not like them or approve of them. And I think it's good that, okay, yeah, this is your opinion, but this is my life. And also, I think as a parent, your default is I want to protect my kid. And we protect them so much that we don't allow them to make mistakes. And mistakes, I feel, are so important. As I said in the other episode, is experience is far more, it teaches you far more than advice. So what I'm going to tell you, this is not right. Navya never learns actually from her experiences.
Is yours similar to hers? Your approach to parenting?
No, I feel that when the children are very young, you need to show them it's a guidance. Okay?
Yeah.
The children are going to do what they want to do. You can't stop it. Once you let them go, it depends on whatever age. I think what I did was I let my children go after a certain age.
Most Indian parents don't. A lot of Indian parents don't let their kids go.
I never said, you can't do this and you can't meet so-and-so. I didn't say that. I gave my opinion. I don't like it. If the kids took it, fine. If they didn't, most of the time they didn't. But that's okay. I mean, I was brought up in a very, very free environment. My childhood was very free. Not my mother. My mother was too busy running a home. But my father gave a lot of freedom. He was my best friend. I could speak to him about anything. Anything. Shweta, as you said, that your children should know that if they are in trouble, you will be there. Every parent feels that.
I think children know that, Mom, but a lot of children are scared to tell their parents, I messed up, I did this.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to be scared to tell me that.
I mean, I'd still be scared to tell you, but I'd tell you.
No, but I feel that
But that comes.
you have to be able, like your children should be able to tell you, I messed up, I did this, I need your help. And then you should give your help.
And then beat them.
And then you can basically tell them. But I feel that fear should not be there. I don't think, like Agastya does not have fear.
Yeah,
he's not afraid.
he's not
But he's a
afraid.
different person.
Navya still has...
He's different from Navya. As a person, he's different.
I'm
You
still
were
quite
different from
scared.
your brother.
But we were both afraid of you.
I'm afraid
No,
of
you better be. I looked after 6 kids.
Where are the other 4? Oh, Naina Masi and
Yes,
Bhima
my
and
cousins.
Navtu
Yes.
Masi.
Anyway, so, I mean, that's what I feel. I feel...
Yeah, I mean, I think you're a very cool parent, I would say, because I know a lot of my friends' parents aren't as, you know.
I don't want to be a cool parent.
No, but I'm just saying you are.
I'm
compared
just
to a
saying that,
lot
and
of-
I don't want to be my children's friend.
No, you're not my friend.
I don't want that. I am their mother. They should think of me as their mother.
No, I do. I don't think of you as a friend, but I feel comfortable enough to share things with you, which we do. We both do. We talk to you
Yeah,
about.
and I think also I was such
lot
a
of
young
stuff.
mother that I ended up doing a lot of like all your summertime ball and wintertime ball, those
Yeah,
concerts,
that's true.
sitting and listening to those boy
mean, yeah,
bands.
you
I've
had
gone
me
with
at-
you for everything, Navya.
Yeah, you had me at 23, which is
Yeah, I had
a
you at
year
a very
younger
young
than
age.
how old I am now, which
Yeah.
is crazy because
It is crazy,
I
even
could
when
not
I
imagine
think of
having
it.
2 kids right now.
Yeah.
So you almost grew up with me and Agastya.
Yes,
Because
I
you were
did.
so young.
I remember, I still remember, I was pregnant with Agastya. It was your first day of Montessori. And I was very pregnant with Agastya. It was in Delhi. It was hot. And they had the chairs. I couldn't fit in them because obviously with my big tummy, and there was this tiny little chair, and I used to sit outside your class, and I was so engrossed with like the Harry Potter books. Like the third one had come out, and I remember just sitting there and reading, and then they were like, "Okay, it's time to go
That's
now."
so
I used to
funny.
come to pick you up also.
For magic years.
Yes.
No,
I don't
these were
remember.
the magic years. And then with Agastya, we had a ritual. When I would I couldn't wake up in the morning. I'm not a morning person. So you guys would come, give me a kiss, and I'd say, bye, have a nice day. But I would come and fetch you from school.
Mm.
And with Agastya, when I would go to fetch him from his nursery school, we had a ritual. Every Friday, we'd go to McDonald's and we'd get a Happy Meal and then make that thing. That was our thing. Agastya would get into the car and say, okay, Mama, Happy Meal. And we'd go and we'd get a Happy Meal. So I had like different rituals with you and me
What
would
was
go
my ritual
book
with you?
shopping.
Yeah, that's true.
We would go to bookstores. We would go book shopping. I mean, I've tried to get Agastya to read, but he just
It's
won't.
just not for
It's
him.
just-
I
he's
think
not.
It's not his cup of tea.
It's not his cup of tea. But it's okay. Every kid is different.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, like with Nani, I feel I'll tell her things sometimes that like I'm like, oh, if I've had a fight with mom, I'll always go to Nani and tell her. And if you've had a fight with Nani, you'll come and tell me. And maybe if you've had a fight with me, you'll tell her. So it's like a
No,
triangle
I
that
don't
she
tell.
doesn't.
I never tell.
situation. I'm always sharing.
Yeah.
My name in the family is Reporter Raju because I keep sharing info from
And
one
little,
family
sometimes
member.
little oversharing. Don't know what to keep to yourself and what to.
No.
I just share
No,
freely
she's-
now, whatever
yeah.
comes
Navya is
to
the
mind.
most active member of our family chat.
After Nana.
After Nana.
He is the most active member of the
And
family
then
chat.
it's you. You guys
Actually,
are competing.
And Nani's pretty
Nana
active.
has become an active parent after your mother got married.
Yeah.
Really?
Till then, yes.
Maybe because he feels like he missed
I
out
was
on
doing
so
it alone,
much.
everything.
Yeah, because maybe he felt like he missed out on so much when
Yeah,
they were
obviously.
growing up. That
Obviously.
now he's doing those things with us.
Yeah.
And now I want to ask a very contra question, which is that do you take your parents for granted?
No.
Okay.
But you do.
I don't. What
Yes,
do
you
you
do.
mean? How
You
do I
do.
take you for granted?
You do.
Do you think they took you for granted?
No.
Why do you feel that we take you for
They're just not those kinds of parents that you take for granted.
That's true. But why do you think that I take you for granted?
You do. I know you do.
How?
You do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Explain yourself.
I don't. It's just something intangible. I just know it. You
But
you
why?
do.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
That's so mean.
I don't agree with your mother.
Yeah, why
I
would
don't think so.
No, you all take me for
Both
granted.
Yeah.
of us, me and Agastya.
Yeah.
Agastya more.
He's gonna hear this and
Yeah.
okay,
Agastya
that's
more, but-
slightly I'll agree with, but I don't take you for
Yeah, you
granted.
do.
But explain. You can't just make statements.
I don't know
like
how to
this and then
explain
not-
it. It's just something you feel in your gut.
That's not.
It's
a
like you
nice
know,
thing.
I don't
okay,
think
it's
so.
just mom. She'll be fine.
Do you take your kids for granted?
Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Means as in, what do you want me to do? Sometimes I'm like, yeah, of course, they're my kids. They'll get it. They'll understand.
Do you do that with mom and
No.
you don't take them for granted?
No.
Mom is
Not
not
at all.
agreeing with that 100%. Do you
Not
feel
at
that
all.
she takes
She
you
says
guys
that,
for
let her
granted?
say it. But I don't.
Why are you laughing?
A lot of the times they take me for granted.
In what
I
kind of
definitely
situations?
do not dare take you for granted, mom. And Abhishek also doesn't. I don't know. I should not speak for him, actually. I
But why do you
definitely
feel? Why do you
don't.
feel they take you for granted? What do they do that makes you feel like they've taken you for granted?
Lots of things.
Like in the house and stuff like that. When they expect you to just kind of do everything.
No.
I'll admit sometimes like me and Aggie definitely just think things will just magically happen. in the
Yes, so that's
house.
taking your mother for granted. You don't.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
like if there's an issue, we know like okay, mom will figure it out. Like
Yeah.
she'll handle it. But that's
I'm going to
most
start
kids.
dumping those issues on you and then see
But
how
that's
y'all feel.
most kids.
Yeah,
Most
of course it's
kids
most kids.
are like, yeah, okay, if there's a problem, if the flush is not working, mom's gonna figure it out. If the water pressure is not okay, she'll
But
figure it out.
these are small things.
I know, but we don't
But
think about
bigger
it 'cause-
things.
because by the time we come home, it's usually figured out. So we don't really realize that she's kind of probably
That
spent
all
the whole
mothers
day.
do.
Yeah. So in that sense, yes, I agree.
Those
We
are very,
take-
very minor things.
We take these small things for granted, that things just kind of happen magically. Like the house is smelling nice because there are candles in the living room. Like all the stuff. Yeah. But not big things. I don't agree with you. I don't think I take you for granted on the bigger stuff. I think we're all three of us are stubborn.
Agastya's not stubborn.
Agastya's not.
I'm not stubborn.
A little bit.
No, I'm strongly opinionated, but I'm not stubborn.
I'm
I
very
do
stubborn.
exactly what I want, but not in a stubborn way.
I just let it be now. I said, okay, let her just. Now she's 24
Four.
and I can't be telling her what to do. She's an adult at this age. I had my own kid and I was deciding what that kid should do. I'm not going to be telling her what to do. It's her life. She's earning her own money. She's working hard and she has to figure it out for herself.
I'm figuring it out still.
I'm not like, what do you call them? Those helicopter moms and
What's
all.
a helicopter
Just
mom?
hovering around their kids all the time. In fact, I hate that. I can't.
I mean, we
Take
would
it.
go crazy if we were like,
Did we hover around y'all?
No.
Never.
No, but I'm just saying that there are a lot of parents who just, hovering and wanting
letting
their
their
children to
children be
just
free.
and just not letting them develop as people. Children are not an exact replica of or should be an immediate reflection of the mother.
though according to Agastya, we're all merging into one another.
You and me.
No,
never.
all three of us. Because he says he comes into the room and he sees us sitting there and he's like, you've all become each other. You've become mom and mom has become nani. Do you agree with that? Do you think that mothers become...
My brother says that to me all the
Agastya
time.
says it to me all the time.
He
He's
says,
like,
I hope you know you've become mom.
yeah, Aggie says that to me all the... He's like, I just
Horrible
want
mom, see?
He's like,
How sad.
I just want you to know you've become mom. I'm like, okay, what do you want me to say about that? Oh my God, you sound exactly like
Every
mom.
child,
Becomes their parent?
yeah, every child.
You think Mamu's become Nana?
Of course. Of course. Don't you see it?
So daughters become their mothers.
Well, I think so. I
do you
think that's
think I'm
it.
becoming like you?
It's too early, but eventually I hope you will.
Agastya, think. Oh, okay, you want me to.
You have to have your own life also.
Which you've let us have.
So, no. The way to be like a level removed from the kid and not like sitting on them is you have to have your own life. You have to have your own friends.
you
have to
have to have your own
Yeah.
life.
So you have to learn to do that. And then you're not so obsessively maneuvering, controlling your kids.
Yeah.
Because you also have your own life. You also have things to do. And that's, if you're sitting at home every day with nothing to do, no work,
Then you
obviously
become
then you want to
obsessed.
just be like, oh, why are you going out every day? You're going out, sit with me, spend some time with me. But if you have your own interests, it could be crocheting, it could be reading, it could be gardening, it could be whatever. It could be going out with your friends, being a part of a kitty. These are your interests and you should have them and you should prioritize them time and again. I think there's a lot of, like Indian mothers get a lot of guilt when they don't prioritize their
Mom
children.
guilt.
Yeah, it's not fair. Why? They're human beings. They need a release. The whole world can't just be their children and that can't just be everything
Yeah.
they're all about. And the whole day and then people get irritated with those mothers who, go to parties and then all they're talking about is, oh, see, this is when my kid did this and then so and so. And then you're showing those pictures and very irritating to speak to people like that after a point because they have nothing else to talk about. So it's very important, I feel, to cultivate your own interests and prioritize them also. Then you'll be a
Do
lot
you agree
easier
with that,
on.
Nani? Do you agree with that?
No, I think that you have to, it's not guilt, but you have to feel the children are here, you've brought them into this world, you have to guide them, protect them, always.
Yeah.
It's not only when they're kids, even as adults, you have to protect them. And you can, even if she's a mother, she can make a mistake. But I should be there to help her or guide her or convey it to her, not like the way she was when she was a kid.
Yeah.
You have a different way of saying it. but in a different way. You have to say, I don't think what you're saying or what you're doing is right. And sometimes you also set examples.
For her.
No, I mean, every mother does.
Yeah.
They
But I
set
don't.
examples.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't be there. Of course, you have to until a certain age, till your child. You have to give your kid the tools to make decisions, have opinions, think for themselves. That is what's most important. If you don't give them the tools, how are they going to go out there and live their lives? They're going to be completely handicapped, and that's not okay. Overbearing, overprotective, it's not healthy. That's why important to have your life, own interests, prioritize them sometimes. I'm not saying ignore the kids to their detriment. But yes, prioritize yourself. A lot of mothers need to spend time on themselves as well. They're also human beings. This cannot be the sum of their life.
And you do that. You have
I do.
so many things that you kind of...
And I'm not ashamed of it. Even now, suppose you say you have a plan with your friends. You don't care if I'm sitting at home alone. Do you?
Sometimes I
No,
do.
but a lot of mothers will think twice about making a plan with their friends for dinner if their kids are home. They will not do it.
Yes.
And I don't think that's right because your kid...
I would have. Not now, but I would have.
I think your kid, if they have to go out, they'll go out.
Okay, but who are you
And
guys
then
going
you
out
have
with
those
for dinner
expectations
today?
from your children, and that leads to not a very good not a harmonious equation.
Because then you're doing it because you feel
today
like you have
you're
to do
going
it.
out. Now, if I've made a plan with Nani,
But who are you going out with?
I'm saying
Nani and me, we are not telling you.
Why?
Who are you going out with? Tell us.
so. What
Tell
I'm trying to
us.
say is
Then
No, but I think the me time is important. Me time for moms from their kids and even from
Very.
kids from their parents. Like sometimes
yes,
it's good to have meals with your family and sit and chat. And there's some days where you just want to be by yourself and watch
like
TV.
every
or...
parent I think has their favorite time when they connect with their kids. Mine was always over meals.
Yeah, that's
I would
the
love
best
to
time
sit with you guys after school. We'd come home and then we'd sit and have lunch, and then you would tell me all your stories. I wouldn't even have to ask.
But
Once
even
your bellies
today
were
we-
full, you guys would start talking and saying, "Oh, this happened and that happened and this." So
yeah.
all my bonding, I think, with some kids do it at
meals.
bedtime. Some parents have like a bedtime ritual where the kids talk to the parents. Some have it at like bath time. Mine was always meal times.
Mealtime. We still all bond over meals, like
Yeah.
lunch or
well, that's a
dinner.
very Indian thing.
Yeah.
Or I think
We
it's
sit and-
everywhere in the
Yeah.
world. People,
Or like tea or something.
I
where
feel
we
like
sit
the
and-
kids are eating, they're happy, their tummies are full,
And
they're
then
in a
we
good
chat.
mood, and they're easy to ask questions to. How was your day? What did you do? What happened here? What happened there? Also, I never used to stress about their homework and all.
We were good, not some grades.
Navya, what would you remember
From?
from your childhood, like every time you came to your grandparents' house, whether in
Yeah.
Delhi or in Bombay? What is the most memorable time?
I mean, when we were kids, obviously coming and playing. I remember when we used to go meet Dadi, she used to have this little plastic car in which I used to sit.
Yeah.
And she used to take me round and round the house. And then we used to build sandcastles. And she had this song that she used to sing every time we built sandcastles. And with Jalsa, I remember every time we used to come, I used to just be sitting in that office pretending like I was Nana's secretary and all that. And
But you're so lucky. And in India, the kids are so lucky that they grow up with grandparents and all.
yeah.
I feel it's so important. I always
And even
tell.
like Masis and
Yeah.
and uncles and cousins.
But don't you
and so many...
remember meal times? Even when you all
Yeah,
were
I do.
little,
I remember when Aggie threw that tantrum when he wanted
Yeah.
to sit at the head of the table, and then Nana gave him the chair at the head and sat
Yeah.
on the
I
other
thought
side.
that was very sweet.
Yeah, it is very sweet.
He said, no, from now on, you are going to be sitting on this
yeah.
chair.
Well, I guess the point of it is that we're all very close and we all love each other and we don't actually take each other for granted.
And that it also takes a village to bring up
No, but you
Yeah.
must
children.
take each other for granted. It's a part of love. It's a part of affection. It's a part of
yeah,
trust.
it's just that you know that they'll always be there.
Of course.
No matter what
and that's
you do.
that's the most important thing. It's okay. As long as you don't take each other for granted about other issues,
Yeah.
then that's bad. But taking each other for granted is a part of love. It's a part of affection and the regard that you have.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
I know Ma will
sweet-
do this.
Yeah, I know, because she will usually.
Yeah.
Well, that's sweet. And on that sweet, sweet note, we should conclude this conversation here and head into a short break. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On What the Hell Navya, Jaya Bachchan, Shweta Nanda, and Navya herself dish out stories from their childhood. They discuss tough love between parents and their kids. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam talks to Baman Irani, President-elect Credai, and Chairman and MD at Rustamji. They discuss the concept of buy versus rent and how to approach buying property in 2022. On Cock and Bull, Cyrus is joined by Meghnad and comedian Shad Shafi. They discuss their opinions on the ongoing Congress presidential elections and Prashant Kishore embarking on a Padyatra. On the Life Manifesto, Zarina narrates a story that advocates that stress and emotions are not to be controlled but must be beautifully managed. And on the Filter Coffee podcast, Karthik is joined by Yashraj Akashi, Senior Ambassador of the TEDx program and curator of TEDx Gateway. They discuss the origin story of TED and its franchise model. Guys, go to our website, ivmpodcast.com. You can check out the merch store, also links to all of our social media stuff, which is at IVM Podcast. Also, do check out our YouTube channels. We have a number of channels with many of your favorite shows available as full video podcasts. Finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Volvo XC40 Recharge, Bumble, Heads Up for Tails, and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you so much for making this possible.
And we're back. Guess what time it is now? To play the
Big
Bumble
bang, right?
question game.
Have you done all your questions?
Yeah, I have.
Actually, today you didn't have to. Your mother just...
I know, she
And
really led the
yes,
conversation.
yes,
She's been very
today.
excited about this favorite
Anyway.
segment of
Yes,
the episode,
very.
which is the Bumble question game. Yeah, something silly. And what's the craziest lie you have ever told your parent and gotten away with? I don't want to reveal my lies
Navya,
now.
you've never gotten
that's
away
also
with
true. I
any
was just
lie.
gonna say.
You're the biggest liar
I'm
and
the
you
worst
always
liar
get
ever.
caught.
Yeah, I'm the worst liar.
Once, there's this time in Delhi, Agastya and Navya had gone for a party a couple of years ago. And it was, I mean, they had
It was a
a
Christmas
they had a
party or
deadline
something,
and it was way past that deadline. So I called and I said, "Where are you guys?" And Navya said, "We're just turning around into the house." They were still at the
I've
party.
done that with Nani.
They were still at the party, which was in the farm area in Delhi, which is easily an hour away. So did she? And Agastya was like, "Mom, did she think you were stupid and you wouldn't be able to calculate that it's
I remember
she's
I
not
did
here?"
that with Nani when she said, "Where are you?" And I said, I'm in my room. And she was like, "But I'm in your room." And I was like, "Ah!"
No.
And then I came back.
No, that is...
And then you were
So,
downstairs.
you know, whenever the kids went out, even when... I mean, they hardly went out as kids. They were not allowed. They were only allowed to go out with certain people. Otherwise, they were not. It was not because of me. Their father was strict.
When the street lights turn on is when the children should come back home.
But that's even we were told that
By
when
the
we were
way,
kids. That
when-
as soon as the lights on the streets are on, you have to be inside the gate. So that is when I lied.
Oh,
My
you
big
did?
lie. Yes. So Navya went out and I can't sleep. Till the kids are back, I can't sleep. I keep getting up and I can walk in the dark.
Well,
I can. So it was really late and they said ki I asked the security, I said, "Navya baby aa gaya?" Bolo, nahi, magar unka security aa gaya. I said, "Security aa gaya? Where is she? Alone?" Then I would never do that, but
yeah,
I
she
called
usually
her.
doesn't. No, you messaged.
I called her. I said, "Navya, where are you?" "I'm in my room." I said, "Oh, really?" So I got out of bed, shut my door, and I walked out, and madam was coming up.
That was bad. I remember that. And I just looked at her and I was like, it was a very awkward situation.
I said, "Navya,"
But yeah, I never get away with. I always get caught whenever.
because you lie for stupid things.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually the end to our Bumble question game.
Very good.
So today we talked about different parenting styles, especially Desi parenting. And it was quite a nostalgic episode, guys, because it took me right down memory lane. It reminded me of all the silly fights I've had with my mom, all the stupid lies, all the good moments as well. But I think what I learned from today is that even though there have been a lot of ups and downs, I've never taken mom or Nani for granted, not even for 1 second. And I think that's what family is all about, not taking each other for granted and being there. So I would say that is what I've taken away from today, is that my family has always been around, regardless of how much I've troubled them, how much I've made them angry and fought with them. And I hope that you guys kind of felt nostalgic, thought about your families, your moms and nannies listening to this episode today. And if you did, then catch me at Navya Naveli Nanda on Instagram and share with me some of your most cherished memories. I'll see you on the next episode of What the Hell Navya, empowered by Bumble. What the hell? Hello everyone, I am Navya Naveli Nanda, host of What the Hell Navya on the IVM Podcast Network. Thank you for such an overwhelming response to the show. Click on the subscribe button and the bell icon on our YouTube channel, What the Hell Navya, to see more short clips and BTS videos. There's a lot more coming, so do it quick.